Hi everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Jan Dyer. We are making apple cake this evening, and it smells heavenly when it's cooking and it tastes even better. And listen, this makes a huge bundt cake, and we're trying something different today because I loved it. I took half to my mom. We ate off of it. I found in my cabinet my little Pampered Chef mini bundt pans. We're going to do that. That way I can share it with 6 different people. So, have y'all ever been apple picking? It is so much fun. This is fall. It's a fall thing to do. Get out and enjoy the fall. The weather today was beautiful. We're supposed to have wonderful weather all week. So, get out and enjoy the fall. It's one of my favorite times of the year. And I have a lot of people I hear that it is the same. Okay, this starts like any other cake. So let me get in this little mixer. We got a cup of oil. This is just a vegetable oil. It's kind of a cup. And then we're going to add our sugars. It is a cup of just regular sugar. And it's a cup of dark brown sugar. That kind of gives it a little bit richer, deeper flavor. It's just got molasses in it. And it's, I mean, that says fall to me too. So anyway, we'll get those mixed up. While that's going, we're going to do our flour. Let's get that going. And we have 2 eggs that we needed to lightly beat. So I've got those ready. We'll go ahead and get that in. That's our wet ingredients. Now we're going to move to our dry ingredients, but we're going to let this get really well incorporated before we do anything else to this one. 2 cups of flour. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. See, that's why it smells so good. When you're cooking with cinnamon, it's heavenly. A teaspoon of salt, and then a teaspoon of baking soda. And we're just going to mix those all together, get them really well mixed in. And you know, when you do this, it kind of makes a little mess. I have made even bigger messes, but this is okay. And when I get down to here, because I use kosher salt, when I look in here, if it looks like most of what's left, which it is, I just put it in. You may think, well, then why did you put it through that? But you know, if we would have had a big blob of something, we want to cut that out. All right, this is going good. We're going to also add a teaspoon of vanilla. We'll go ahead and add that to this while it's going. It's looking good. I'm telling you, that dark brown sugar makes a big difference. I don't cook with it very often, but I bought it specifically for this recipe, and it just made it so rich. Really good. It's worth it. And you'll notice the majority of the things that I'm going to be using, you've probably got in your cabinet. I didn't have raisins, and I don't know why. I love raisins, but everything else, pretty much you've got it. We're going to use 4 cups of apples. And what I did with the apple was just core it and make it nice little chunks like that. You don't even have to take the peel off. Now I see people that peel it and slice it, so it's whatever you like. To me, this was really good. And leaving that peel on kind of helped it keep its integrity a little bit. And it was just delicious. Anyway, 4 cups of apples. I think that ended up being 3 apples. And I'm using the ambrosia apple because I think it's delicious. All right, let me just check this real quick. Looks like that's really well incorporated. I like to make sure I don't have anything hanging around at the bottom of the bowl, which I do not. Okay, let me turn this back on. And when I do, we're going to put in our dry ingredients. But we're going to turn it down a little bit lower, because you can have a flour cloud. So have y'all had a good day? It's Monday here. It was a fun day. I got to look at some really cool houses down in the historic district of Fort Smith that I'm going to put on the market in, I don't know, a couple of weeks maybe. So that's always fun. And then spent some time out with some of my good friends. Just a fun, relaxing day. Then I've had family come down from Northwest Arkansas, which we haven't seen in forever. So anyway, it's been a fun day, and then I knew I was going to make this apple cake with y'all. So I've looked forward to that all day. All right, let's let that get all mixed in. We don't have a lot more to go, and then it cooks for my recipe. That's the full bundt. It's at 325, which I already have our oven preheated to. But I'm going to have to watch it because I'll show you these little, how cute are these? And it's a Pampered Chef product, and I guess I've had it forever, but I don't remember using it. But it's a perfect thing for me to use for this because I'll have 6 little apple cakes. I may take one to the office tomorrow. They're always wanting food, but who doesn't? And you'll be the hero. You take everybody a snack. All right, we've got that all mixed in, and we've got these sprayed and ready to go. All we're going to do now is add our apples, nuts, and raisins. So it's, like I said, 4 cups of apples. We'll do them a little at a time. This makes such a chunky cake. You can tell that is struggling here. Let me get those little bit of apples out. I hate to leave a lot of stuff in the bottom. It's a cup of chopped pecans. It also says you can use walnuts. I always have pecans in my freezer. And that's a good idea to think about too. If you're going to be buying some pecans, getting ready for the holidays, I'd stick them in the freezer. They'll stay for a long time, but you don't have to worry about them if they're in the freezer. You know, and I guess you could use golden raisins too. I just opted for the regular ones. All right, let me look at this. It looks wonderful. Let me take that off, that'd make it easier. I'll stick it over here in my bowl. Boy, it smells good. And it looks good. Let me see what's going to be our best way to get this in our bundt. Now, I sprayed this with just cooking spray. And you know, I had a baking spray that might have been a better option, but I think this will work. I don't know if you can see how yummy that looks. This looks like fall in a bowl. Okay, let me see if this is going to be the best way to do it. Make sure when you're spraying your pans too to get that center, get it really well sprayed. Okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to get these all filled up. If I have a little left over, I may look for another pan to cook it in because you don't want to waste it. I'm going to put this in the oven. Were this a full bundt, it would take 90 minutes. Hello, I'm going to try probably 30 minutes and check it. Because these are so small, I think that's going to be about right. You don't need to watch me fill these. This is what I'm going to do. So I will see you back here when these are done, and we'll make a little glaze for it. So have something to snack on, and I'll see you back here in just a little bit. Okay, welcome back. We are going to start on the glaze for our apple cake. So let's see how it looks. Oh, they look perfect. Everything came out just perfect. We were one shy because I didn't fill it. Actually, I filled it too full. Anyway, the glaze is simple, and I'm trying something a little bit different because the last time I did it, I put too much powdered sugar in it, and the glaze was more like an icing. So I didn't like it. But let me tell you what this is. It's just a stick of butter. Yes, a stick of butter. And then it is a cup of brown sugar, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. So let's get that in there and let that brown sugar melt. You know it's going to be good. So we're going to get that melting. Listen, I want you to see my cute little apron. Isn't it adorable? It's fun because people realize I love aprons. And my sweet little husband had gone shopping on, I think it was on a Friday or Saturday, and he had gone to Brick City, which is an awesome little store here in town that has different shops that different people have, you know, put their wares in and stuff. He got me this cute little apron. I really wanted to give it to my daughter, but now I think I love it so much I think I have to keep it. Anyway, that was just a little side note. All right, let's get this melting. We'll turn it up just a little bit so we can get it where we need it, because you don't want it real thick. It'll melt down. Hey, while that's doing that, let me just go over the recipe with you. Super easy, because the majority of what we put in this is in your pantry. These were just the little bundt pan that I used. It makes a full-size bundt cake. And there are, I've got 6 more of these. So there's a lot more than just these little 5. So we do have 6 more. That's why we're going to have so much frosting or so much glaze. So we started with 4 cups of apples, unpeeled and chopped. You just core them. It's 2 cups of flour, 2 eggs beaten. This is the list, and I'll go over how you did it too. 2 eggs beaten lightly, cup of raisins, cup of dark brown sugar, cup of sugar, and a cup of oil. Then we have a cup of chopped pecans, a teaspoon of baking soda, teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and a teaspoon of vanilla. So all that basically is in your pantry, or it was mine. Just, I think I said the only thing I had to buy was the raisins, which I think I'll keep those in the pantry now, because who doesn't like an oatmeal raisin cookie? All we did was mix our oil, sugars, and eggs, get those really well incorporated. Then we added our dry ingredients, which were the flour, salt, soda, and cinnamon. Got that all well mixed in. Added the vanilla, apples, nuts, and raisins. Mix that up really good. Put it in the bundt pan. And if it was a full-size bundt, you would just put it in for 90 minutes at 325. These cook for probably 35 minutes, but my guess is you're going to have the larger bundt pan to do it. And it's delicious. But like I say, it is like breakfast, after dinner. It's delicious. It is absolutely delicious. It's big and chunky. You can't see that from here, but all that fruit's just so well dispersed in here, and it looks wonderful. Then our glaze is just, like I said, it's a stick of butter, a cup of the brown sugar, 1/8 a teaspoon of salt. That's all we have in. So then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of milk. I didn't have whole milk. You can do whatever. That's just, if I'm cooking and baking, sometimes I'll think about it and I'll get that, but I didn't have it tonight. Okay, this looks almost like a caramel sauce, which that may be what they're trying to get it to look like. That is done. You could, at this point, if you wanted, well, let me keep that. Go ahead and just drizzle it over, but it also says to add some powdered sugar. I added, like I said, too much last time. I'm just going to put a couple of tablespoons. See how that looks. And if we think that looks pretty nice, we're just going to drizzle it over these, let them set. I'll wrap them up and get them ready to take to give to people as gifts or whatever. Or, you know, these would probably freeze really well too. Isn't it nice? It's just nice to share with people. It's just a way of saying, hey, I was thinking about you. All right, I will drizzle this over one of these so y'all can see it. And then we'll be ready for the evening. I've already got this little measuring cup over here. Let me just use it. Get a little bit of this in. Just drizzle that around on that. Doesn't that look good? It's so cute and petite. Whoops, but it's going to be big on flavor. I think I like that a lot better than I like that other glaze I made the last time. It was just really, it was too thick. I've seen people that make this that actually just do it with butter. Just depends on what you're using it for, I guess. All right. That is our Ooey Gooey apple cake. I think it looks wonderful. I know it smells wonderful. And I will let you know because I'm going to taste it after a while, and I bet it tastes wonderful. So I hope you'll try it. Enjoy the fall. Enjoy your family. Get out and have fun and make this apple cake. I think you'll enjoy it. and everyone else will too. So thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you real soon.